Hi everyone, it's John from MakerPlane, and in this part 2 of the Hangar Renovation Series, I'm going to be talking about weatherproofing the bottom of the hangar door with door brushes. Now, I've got a hanger at the end of a row, and I've got two 20-foot long doors which have been joined in the center to make one big 40-foot long door. And normally when you get hangers like this that have got sliding doors, you have a gap between the flooring material, and the bottom of the door. In this case, it ranges from 5 to 6 inches along the length of the door. On the inside, we had 2x8 pieces of wood, 10 foot long, with brackets to lean up against the door to provide a seal. Unfortunately, in the winds, when the door is rocking back and forward, it pushes the wood away from the door, and you could have up to a 2-inch gap, which still lets in critters, still lets in the weather. I mean, it's better than nothing. And as you can see, if I didn't have anything there, we would have a significant gap, and you don't want a family of raccoons coming in underneath that door to make a nest in your plane. So we need to seal it somehow. So I chose door brushes, and I bought them from a company, a reseller in Canada, and the manufacturer is Seal Ease or Seal Easy. They're not a sponsor. I paid for these. It cost me about $600 altogether, delivered. And I got 8-foot lengths. They also come in 10-foot lengths as well. Now they come in various dimensions, and talking with the reseller on the phone, he recommended the 4-inch brush. They can go up to 6-inch and down to, I think, 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch. And the reveal at the top is what I screw into the door bracket. So this is a plan view of the door itself. I needed 5. But you don't install them like that. If you install them like that, then in the where the joins are in the aluminium bracket, you'll have the door brushes lined up with that join. Therefore, you'll get a gap. So you cut the first one in half, and then you move the brush along the join there. So you can see it's actually quite easy to move the brush. Just moving it to the halfway point, measure it, and then I cut it on the saw. Just a normal radial arm saw or chop saw will do the job. Just have to be careful and slow. And once you've got that done, you can get the next door brush and then move it along. And try not to hurt yourself when you do it. I make these mistakes so that you don't have to. So as you can see, it's quite easy. There's nothing really to it. You just cut the first one and then move the brushes along, and then insert the next door brush along. Of course, my door is one large door, and if you've got two 20-foot sections, then you would make sure that you have the door brushes for each door, but once again, make sure that they're cut in half regardless of the length or whatever dimension it is, so that the door brush doesn't line up with the join of the aluminium at the top. So I'm just doing a test fit here. I've got some welding magnets just to hold it onto the steel door frame. Make sure that the length was good. And then screw them in. Now I'm using self-tapping screws from Home Depot. They're only 1 inch long. The door seals don't come with screws, so you'll have to purchase those separately. These are now the holes themselves are slots, so that allows movement up and down for the whole door seal to move up and down. So you can adjust them if they're not quite meeting the floor, or if there's some undulations in the concrete floor like I had. So in this case here, I'm just screwing them in, and then I'll go back. I do a best fit as much as I can when I first install it, and then I'm going to go back after this, and this is after I've installed it, and I'm going to go back after this and then adjust each section up and down to make sure there's no gap between the concrete and the bottom of the door with the door seal. So that's basically it. Very simple process. And this is what it looks like on the outside. Looks very professional, looks great. And it has held up over the winter as well. It's not letting a lot of the weather in, and it's a lot better than just the wood for sure. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking it, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.